Good Tuesday morning. Now today, after a lot of thought, I told you the whole month of January I've been laying flat on my back, sick, and thinking about a lot of things. And I thought, how can I help other people? Well, I can help by sharing my truth, my story with you. And one of my stories has to do with a relationship that I was in after my second marriage ended. I met and started dating a very charming man. He was just loved by everybody. Very funny, very personable, just seemingly easy to get along with. Treated me like gold. I mean, whatever I needed, wanted, he would provide. It was amazing until it wasn't. You see, prior to this relationship, I never spoke the word or even met anybody who was a narcissist. So here I was walking into a lion's den, blindsided completely. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I didn't know I was over my head. All I knew is that this man treated me like gold. Who wouldn't want that? So as time went on, I mean, we did things together. Things were wonderful until they weren't. Incrementally, little digs, little criticisms, things that I did wrong. What did you bring to the table? You don't bring anything to the table. I do everything here. Just little things started chipping away at my self-esteem, my self-worth. I doubted myself. I questioned myself. I mean, even down to something simple, like I have cooked my whole life. And he had mentioned once, sure, I have to find the Italian that can't cook. The things that he said hurt deep. They cut. He went for the jugular every time. And the thing is, you would say, well, why didn't you just leave? Herein lies the problem. A narcissist they only think about themselves. It's very self-centered type of relationship they have with themselves. They need to be the center of attention. They need to be honored by all, loved by all, and you need to do whatever they say. When I fell in love with this guy, I commit myself 100%. I am all in. And I don't think of anybody else. Like, as far as I was accused of cheating, of flirting, of all this stuff when I wasn't. He was. And I would bring that up to him. Well, you did this. What if I did that? And he'd be like, well, you'd be walking home. You'd be alone. You'd be done. So I always would get the put down. We'd go away on trips. And although it was wonderful that he'd pay for the trip, I never lived it down. I paid for everything. I did this. I did that. You do nothing. What did you bring here? It gets to be to the point where you're just at a loss. And it's hard because you would think it's easy to leave, but it isn't. It's kind of a different type of abuse. You know, when people are in abusive relationships, sometimes they're afraid to leave. I wasn't afraid to leave, but I would see the great side of him. And whenever we went out, people would say, oh my gosh, you're so lucky. He's so wonderful. He's so this and that, because that's who he portrayed himself to be to them. That's who he portrayed himself to be to me at the beginning. But when you're alone, because narcissists like to isolate, when you are alone and things don't go their way, game over. It's not fun. So all this to say that it's more common than you would think. I never would have believed it because, like I said, until I met him, I never knew anybody as a narcissist. I never even, like I said, I didn't even speak the word narcissist. I didn't really pay attention. Holy cow, between the gaslighting and the lying and manipulation and control and put downs and criticisms and zero compassion for me. It's like, wow, it was truly something to overcome. When we finally, because 5 years back and forth, sometimes we'd break up, get back together, right? Because he was like always so sorry. Words, that's another thing. Actions speak louder than words. A narcissist will promise you the world and deliver on nothing. So I had to pay attention to that. When we finally did our final split, I felt a weight lifted off of my shoulders. I felt free. I felt like I just got out of prison. It was really crazy, the freedom I felt. Now, do I fault him? It's a narcissist has deep-seated issues, deep-seated things that they need help with. The problem is it's difficult for a narcissist to get help because they don't see themselves as having the problem. They don't see themselves as being the problem. You're the problem. So I think it's probably far and few in between that you'll find somebody who's a narcissist that actually gets help and becomes better. But what I'm here to say is you can help yourself. I forgave myself for ignoring all the red flags, for not seeing the signs. You know, I had rose-colored glasses on and those red flags didn't look so red. I forgive him because even though he knows better and he knew what he was doing, inside, in his heart of hearts, he's hurt. He's broken. And it makes him feel better to break others. So I don't hold anything against him. To me, everything that's happened in my past wasn't done to me. It was done for me, and it helped to deliver me on the path of being a life and relationship coach so I can help others through these trials and tribulations, through things maybe a little easier, knowing that you have an ally, knowing that you have somebody that's been in the trenches, been there, done that. Our situations might not be exactly the same, but let me tell you, there's a lot of common ground. If you find yourself lost, stuck, have no idea what to do, where to turn, because, again, you feel like you're the problem. You're the one that's creating this mess. Reach out, because I am 100% here for you. My information is always below. You can also send me a private message should you wish. If you choose to try to work on it yourself, you know, I wish you all the best. It's a long, hard road, but you can do it. Have a great Tuesday. Much love to you all.